Life is too short to do something you hate. Life is too short to work for somebody that you don't feel appreciated by. Life is way too short to just feel victim to just paying bills and having a job. We ought to be passionate for the work that we're doing. So this is under question, under wealth. And then the last one being relationships. It's going to be friendships, community, it could be church, it could be sports, it could be all your social constructs and gatherings. Absolutely, your more intimate connections like your marriage or who you're dating. Those things are everything. But again, if those buckets are lacking in our life, health, wealth, relationships, we're going to feel the weight of that.
You like this, right? You like being daddy's arms with microphones now. You like being a worker. You're made for the camera. Both my boys are.
Hey, this video you are about to watch is a part of a series where I show you how to quit porn the right way. So do yourself a favor, binge on all of this content, all the videos that you possibly can, because who knows, maybe if the value and the trust is built together over this journey, you'll want to jump into a community that I call Fit for Family. Or maybe you think these videos suck, and that's also fair too. But nonetheless, there's only one way for us to find out. So enough of me, let's get back to serving you and let's get back to the video. Okay, one other way of viewing it to quit porn with overcoming urges is through these three categories: health, wealth, and relationships. For every single one of us, we need those buckets filled, okay? A lot of people over-spiritualize their dysfunctions. We talked about spiritual bypassing, where they just think they just need to pray it away, read scriptures, fast, and all of a sudden it's like a genie in the bottle. I'm like, no, dude, get back to reality. God made us as humans. We got skin on. We have real needs that we need to meet. So a lot of the time that we are suffering in life is because we are suffering in one of those three categories: health, wealth, relationships. And if we want to go to porn and check out, it's because we're suffering in one of those three categories. Let me say it again: health, wealth, and relationships. You're going to want to steward your health with the way you work out, fitness, right? Having a sense of being activated with what you eat, the nutrition, because your food is meant to be fuel and it affects your mood. I mean, I should create a whole other program just talking about our health, our fitness, the food we're intaking. There's so many things with garbage in it, preservatives, additives, things that aren't even real that are going to affect your emotional state and your mood. It's true that food affects your mood 1,000,000%. So badly. And if you don't believe me, just try going without food for 2 days. You're going to be starving after and you might be hangry. Have you ever been hangry? Yeah, that's due to a lack of food. So food, what you put in and the lack of it does affect your mood massively. And most people aren't eating healthily. They're not eating whole foods. We're eating trash foods. And so that's something that you're going to need to understand, that that's one of the reasons that could be tripping you up is regarding your health, how you get your energy out, how you work out, run, cold showers, cold plunges, all that sort of thing. That's going to be massive. The next one is wealth. Wealth is the category of career, of finance, of income, and what you're building. And so when people are lacking in this, because statistics are proven true, that 76% of Americans hate their job. Dude, we only got one life on earth. Are you kidding me? Like from 0 to like, let's just say around 80. And from 20 to 60, you're working. So the majority of your life you're spending in work. The first 20 years, you're just learning how to walk and talk, baby. And then 60 to 80 is like that retirement age where people don't want to work. Because from 20 to 60, most people hate their job. They hate what they do. I think over the average is over 12 career changes in someone's life now. Whereas, 50, 80 years ago, it was like one. You had one career that you stuck to for life. And now with all these changes, so many people are just dissatisfied. I know so many people that hate the life they're living, and a massive staple of it is where they are working. And so it's not just about how much money you're making, because you'd be like, okay, so it's one of my needs to just make a crap load of money. No, that's not the point necessarily at all. I think money is a tool that God gave us. It's a really powerful, amazing, awesome, helpful tool if we allow it to be. But a lot of times we have spending habits that are contrary to things that actually help us. We'll spend money on things and crap and junk. And so that's why there's a whole category here of where I would consider wealth as much more than just money, but what it does for us in our life, and especially with the jobs that we work. I'm just saying life is too short to do something you hate. Life is too short to work for somebody that you don't feel appreciated by. Life is way too short to just feel victim to just paying bills and having a job. We ought to be passionate for the work that we're doing. So this is under question, under wealth. And then the last one being relationships. It's going to be friendships, community, it could be church, it could be sports, it could be all your social constructs and gatherings. Absolutely, your more intimate connections like your marriage or who you're dating. Those things are everything. But again, if those buckets are lacking in our life, health, wealth, relationships, we're going to feel the weight of that. And sometimes we'll have urges, we'll have desires to want to escape and run to porn because we haven't been meeting these needs more appropriately in our life. And so my goal for you right now is I want you to do an exercise. I want you to grab a piece of paper and I want you to write on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the least, 10 being the most. And I want you to put a number beside it. And again, this is something that you can do more repeatedly as time goes on. But for right now, this is just helping you take a quick assessment on where these buckets are for you. So from 1 to 10, and by the way, 1 is your definition of having really poor health, wealth, and relationships, and 10 is your definition of what it means to have really amazing and strong and solid health, wealth, and relationships. And so what I want you to do is categorize them between 1 to 10. What does each one of these get and why? And so if you share like 3 for health and 7 for wealth and 6 for relationships, write why you think that. And then I also want you to write what would make the needle move greater. How would you be able to improve health? How would you be able to improve your wealth or the relationships that you're around? What would make that an even greater? So if you're at a 6 relationship, what could bring it to an 8? Or a 9, or even a 10. Again, these have to be factors that you can control. Because if someone's like, it's a 6 and I'm single, and then it's like, okay, and what would make it better? Be like, if I was married, be like, okay, cool. Well, I mean, do you have a wedding ring? Nope. Do you have a girlfriend? Nope. All right, so you're not about to get married right now. Maybe a step for you to bring it to a 7 would be dating, would be learning how to date, would be understanding, breaking the high stakes stuff. And that's something that I've done a lot in coaching men, is actually how to have low stakes and wildly fun dating. It's obviously not for this program right here, but that's worth mentioning, is that this is a really, really, really big deal. So you want to do something that you can control, moving the needle in a way that you do want. If you're like wealth and it's like, okay, what would make it from, if you, let's just say it was a 3 and you want it to be a 10, be like, oh, if I had $1 million, like, okay, well, you're not going to have $1 million tomorrow, buddy. And that's obviously not the thing that's going to fulfill you truly anyway. But what can start moving the needle forward more? Oh, maybe if I picked up more shifts because I'm only working part-time. Or maybe if I stopped working so much because I'm working 60 or 80 hours a week and I want to have more time on my hands. That's why my bucket is really low for wealth, because I'm actually going overboard. And if I lessen the time, I would increase my enjoyment of it. Sounds amazing. I want you to get creative and figure that out for yourself, but you won't know what you're needing to shift and alter until you actually assess and grade each one. And once you do that, like always, I want you to share it in your group, share it with the tribe of people that you've invited into this journey with you. Put it in the group and tell us what's going on, because I want to know, I want us to hear, and maybe your friends that are with you can help strategize for you and alongside you on what you need to do to be able to increase those variables in your life and have more fulfillment. Because again, quitting porn isn't about just stopping a bad behavior. It's actually about maxing out and living life the way God intended. He wants you to overflow, man. Jesus said, I came to bring you life and life abundantly. That word abundant in the Greek is actually broken down to the word violently excessive. Violently excessive. God wants you to have a violently excessive, abundant life with health, with wealth, with relationships. He wants that for you. The question is do you want that for you as much as He does? And what are you willing to do to move the needle forward on those 3 key areas so you can go from having urges that you feel dominated by to having fulfillment that you're satisfied by? Go into that with your groups, dialogue and have that conversation, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, real quick, if you like that video that you just saw, or if you want to see even better videos than this in a series that I made called Annihilate Porn to help guys or girls like you quit porn, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't forget any alerts, comment, like, all that jazz, and more importantly, check out the next video that's going to take you even further on the journey from where you are to where you want to be. I love you tons. I'll catch you in the next one.